I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. This is Stop Drinking Alcohol week 32. I'm trying something a little bit different this week with the tip of the week. I got fed up with staying in during the week and I went out and had a bit of a walkabout up in the hills and I shot a video up there, so I hope you like it. A bit more about that later on. The first question is from JD and Coke 2. I've had a similar question before, but he asks, how did you give up booze? Did you go cold turkey or did you cut down first? To be honest, I tried to cut down a few times. I rationed the beer, say for a couple of weeks, you know. I mean, I'd go out and I'd only maybe have 4 or 5 pints. I'd only take out enough money to have that. And then, you know, like I'd congratulate myself then thinking, well, you know, you can really do this, you can control it. I'd be giving myself the old pat on the shoulder and stuff. But at the end of the day, what used to happen was I'd go out then at the weekend, say for a match, and I'd sort of be congratulating myself with rewards, you know. So I'd be rewarding myself with an extra couple of pints, and then it'd be an extra few more pints, and it never worked out. I mean, this time it was just a straightforward quit. My son came over to visit me in December last year for Christmas, and nothing really planned. I mean, Christmas was always, for me, was always, you know, drinking and eating and all that kind of stuff. And I went down to a local pub with him. We had a few pints, a few too many probably. And we started arguing and stuff, and you know, it wasn't a bad argument or anything, but just stuff was said, and I just thought about it afterwards, and I thought, that's it. You know, like, this is absolutely stupid. I'm never doing that again. I felt ashamed of myself. I mean, I'm nearly, you know, I'm in my mid-40s, and you know, I shouldn't be doing stuff like that with my son. The next comment is from Mr. Exxon, and he says, this is probably the hardest part of it all. I'm only 23 and I can feel myself slipping down a bad path, so I'm trying to get a hold of it right now. The problem is everyone I know, friends and family, they're all drinkers. They give me so much pressure and I've slipped several times due to it. And since I'm very shy and insecure, it's very hard to do what I want. Love your videos. Good luck with everything. The problem with using alcohol as a social tool is that over time you'll find that it's a crutch that becomes more and more difficult to let go of. Just because everyone around you drinks, it doesn't make it any less harmful or any less wrong for you. I've seen so many people who just think they can handle drink, me included, but at the end of the day, when you're using it as some form of a magic power, then it never works. The reason I'm saying magic power is because a lot of people use it in the same way as the proverbial magic pill that fat people want to use. You know, it's a pill that somebody can take when they go to bed, and when they wake up, they're in bed with their gorgeous blonde. They've lost half their body weight. They look tanned and fit, and they can basically eat what they want and get no exercise. Some forms, that's what alcohol is. It's, for me, it was always my magic power was, if I felt a bit insecure, I'd have a few drinks and all of a sudden I wasn't insecure anymore. Some of the other things that I drank for, my other magic powers, were the ability to forget things instantly, or the ability to be part of a group, the ability to make people laugh. And every time I drank, of course, you know, like the insecurities wore off, and I wouldn't remember stuff anymore that I wanted to forget. The trick to quitting alcohol is not simply not putting the alcohol in your mouth anymore. You've really got to find alternative ways of dealing with the issues in your life, the insecurity, the shyness, trying to forget things, dealing with things. You have to deal with things head on. Until you can find ways of doing that, then you're always going to be looking for this magic pill, the magic pill, the magic drink, whatever it is, to give you those magic powers. So I wish you the best of luck on your journey. problem is that we all face choices in life, and it's really those choices that dictate the type of life that we're going to live. You know, we're all individual people. We don't have to make the choices that we do. I mean, there's nothing saying that we have to drink. There's nobody forcing it down our necks. But in order to quit, you've got to face those choices. You've got to look at the choices that you're making and take responsibility for them. Because if you don't, you're screwed. We're all screwed if we don't take responsibility for the choices that we are making. Quitting drinking is not difficult. What's difficult is lying in a bed in the last stages of alcoholism, pissing yourself and stinking the place up. A lot of people think that it's just not going to happen to them, that you know, it's going to happen to somebody else, but they're going to magically be able to live their lives without any repercussions for all the drinking that they're doing. And maybe you're right, but think about it. The problem with looking at your life like that is not to try and get a longer life. A lot of people will say, well, I'd rather have a shorter life and enjoy myself. But that's the problem. Most people won't enjoy themselves throughout their lives. They'll not only have a shorter life, but they'll have a crappy version of their lives as well, you know, because they're going to spend much of the last part of their lives in sickness, not in health. And that's a big, big issue. You know, it's something that you really have to think about. Are you going to ask your future self to put up with all the pain and the anguish when you're there, living it up, you know, living like a king, drinking every night? You know, ask yourself that. Or are you going to put up with a few days of discomfort? You know, put up with a few cravings and stop drinking. It's great. Once you get over the initial thing and you put it into your head that you're never going to drink again, you never will. And you'll be free from it. Freedom! Quitting drinking is not difficult. Standing at your front door crying your eyes out because your wife and kids are leaving because you're such an asshole when you're drunk. That's difficult. I know it's not going to be completely easy and completely without pain to give up. That's not the point. It's going to be cravings. You know, you're going to have days when you're thinking, oh, Jesus, I just want to drink. That's going to happen. But at the end of the day, if you don't stop, there's going to be days when you think, oh, I wish I'd have stopped years ago, you know, before all this pain, before all this real pain, not just the cravings, but the real pain that you're going through now. So you have to make the decision. Difficult is landed in hospital because you just won't change. I mean, just think for a moment about the word difficult. It's really simple to quit drinking. I've been saying this now for a while. You just stop drinking. If you don't stop drinking, you better get yourself used to a whole life of difficulty, because life will start getting difficult for you, you know. Cirrhosis of the liver. Difficult is being in a wheelchair because you've lost your legs. Difficult is going in and having your chest ripped open because you need a triple heart bypass because you've been eating so much crappy food when you've been drinking as well. Not looking after your health in general. Not going out and getting any exercise. That's difficult. Quitting drinking is simple in comparison. Quitting drinking is simple in comparison to watching your whole life falling apart around you. It's simple in comparison to losing your job, to having cirrhosis of the liver, to watching your family falling apart, to watching your families, your kids slowly hating you. Watching your kids thinking 1 minute that you're the best thing on earth, and gradually just becoming more and more disillusioned because all you're doing is wasting your life, wasting theirs. So really, the point is just to take the beating now, you know. I mean, just take what's coming to you, take the cravings, take the shit days, the sleepless nights, and take it, you know. I mean, the worst that can happen is you go back on it again and you try again. There's so many people that have quit drinking on their own without any help from anyone else, and so can you. I think it's 50%, 70%, 70%, 50% of smokers have quit on their own, and that's the hardest drug of all to quit. So if they can do it, so can you. Onwards and upwards. So that was Stop Drinking Alcohol week 32. I hope you liked the video. I hope you got something out of it. If you want to leave a comment, leave one down below, or go over to the website and leave a comment there. You can also subscribe to the channel by clicking on the link over here. So until next week, my name is Kevin O'Hara. This is Alcohol Mastery. Onwards and upwards.